Hello friend, today I'm going to share why The Wire is one of the best shows ever.
And I'm going to share about the coolest telescope today. Let's get to it.
I'm going to talk about a TV show, old school, kind of. This is The Wire. It was in 2002 through 2008. It was created by David Simon, written by David Simon and Ed Burns, and it is about the Baltimore drug scene as seen through the eyes of drug dealers and law enforcement. This show stars Dominic West as Detective Jimmy McNulty, Wendell Pierce as the Bunk, his partner Sonia Sohn, I believe, as Kima, Andre Royo as Bubbles, Lance Reddick as Lieutenant Cedric Daniels, Idris Elba, very famous now as Stringer Bell, Wood Harris as Avon Barksdale, and little baby Michael B. Jordan as Wallace, and the late great Michael Kenneth Williams as the one and only Omar Little. Now, this show is amazing. It's probably my number 2, just right after Sopranos, and it is real close. The writing is spectacular. The characters, a bunch that I just mentioned, are amazing. what I really love about it too is there's no real black and white character. No one is truly good. No one is truly bad. It's just all gray area. It's so much like real life. And what I have to imagine, which is one of the craziest, at least crime and corrupt cop and all of that, Baltimore has always had a reputation, and I feel like it really captured it. I'm not from Baltimore, so I don't know, but everybody says it's pretty accurate. So take McNulty, the lead police. He's good police, in fact, but he loves proving to everyone that he's the smartest guy in the room. He breaks chain of command a lot. He's an alcoholic. He's a womanizer. Omar, quite possibly the greatest bad guy of all time. He changed the stereotypical gangster role forever, and it still has never been duplicated. This show was way under the radar. It was almost in jeopardy of being canceled every year. After the first year, people thought it was too black. What a surprise. And it would never gain a wide audience. It never won any big awards. It was only nominated twice for an Emmy, and still to this day, even though it's 9.3 on IMDb, 94 on Rotten Tomatoes, 91 on Metacritic, and usually in the conversation of top 3 shows, one of the top 3 of all time, it's still underrated. Definitely check out The Wire.
I've never heard of it. How is that
possible?
possible?
Are you serious? Oh my gosh.
I'm not even kidding.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm sold in every way. That is amazing.
So, like I said, I think it came out in 2002, so a little bit after The Sopranos, but it was on HBO. So it was a show that, some people didn't have HBO. And that was when HBO was like king of the world. They had Sopranos, they had Sex and the City, and then they came out with The Wire. But The Wire did fly under the radar for so long, like almost its entire run. It wasn't until really towards the end when it really started getting accolades. But now, it'll be one of those frequency illusions where now you might hear that name all of the time, because The Wire is a very unassuming name.
Right. I've probably heard of it and just didn't even.
Yeah. But I'm rewatching it, so I finally finished Sopranos, and now I'm rewatching The Wire, and it's another one of those shows. The more you watch it, the more you appreciate the writing, the character development. It's so good, so good. Like I said, there's no black and white character. Everybody's got some dirt on them, or a little edge, or a little bit of something really good. The drug dealers have these really great traits to them, and then of course the drug dealers, the criminals, and the cops. A lot of them are corrupt. A lot of them are not the best people in the world, but they are trying to stop crime. It's one of the best shows. And like I said, even though it's in the top 3, still, you didn't know about it. Not enough people know about this show.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth checking out.
Excellent.
It's so good. It's so good.
Wow,
I can't.
Yeah. I will. And it's HBO?
It's HBO, yep.
Okay.
So still HBO. You do have to have HBO to watch it. It might be on. Check out Formical Sheet Just Watch. Just Watch. I'll put that link in the show notes as well to see if maybe it's on another network, because sometimes Netflix will pick up older shows. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I think HBO might always have the rights, but it's definitely worth searching out.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Excellent. Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
My cool sheet has to do with science, and this is the James Webb Space Telescope. All right, so most telescopes that we are familiar with are personal telescopes, the smaller ones. We also have amateur astronomers who have larger ones that can see further into space. And then there's the ones that are at a whole nother level, and those are the space telescopes like this one. There have been quite a few that have been sent out into outer space, one of which is Voyager 1. It was launched in 1977 to do a flyby of Jupiter and Saturn, which it did a long time ago and continues to this day to collect data. And there have been some more recent ones, but James Webb Space Telescope is the most recent one and most exciting because it is getting set up right now. It was launched on December 25th, 2021, which is how I spent my Christmas morning watching that launch. I'm not even kidding you. And as of this recording, we're now in mid-late January 2022, it has just reached its destination. It will orbit Sun just beyond, further away of the orbit of Earth. Webb will directly observe a part of space and time never seen before. Webb will collect infrared light, which allows us to see into the epoch when the first stars and galaxies formed. This is 13.5 billion years ago, if you can even conceive that. Ultraviolet and visible light gets emitted in these first luminous objects that were way back in this era of time. But what happens as this light goes through space is that the wavelength gets stretched, and this is called redshifting. And what has happened then is anything that was ultraviolet or visible light turns into infrared light. So the Webb telescope is designed to see this infrared light with this absolutely unprecedented resolution and sensitivity. It's also going to be a powerful tool for studying nearby universe, which is going to be really awesome. So it is up, as I said, it just reached its location, and very soon we are going to start seeing images from it. So watch for that, watch for these beautiful, amazing images and how we can understand the universe better with the James Webb Space Telescope.
Man, this one I almost give an audible like, woo, as soon as you said it, because I have been so pumped about how great this telescope is.
Yay, okay,
like,
cool.
I mean, compare it to someone that, a lot of people know the Hubble. Like the Hubble was like the most magnificent telescope that we've had in forever. And it was always giving us this amazing data and imagery. And this is like, what, 4, 10, 100 times bigger? It's like ridiculously like what it can do.
I know. And
compared to the Hubble, which was like the gold standard.
Yeah.
It's like mind-blowing.
And this is reaching, so there's Hubble was able to see one part of the light spectrum, and this is getting into a place no one's ever seen before. And it's also really cool because when something has to get shot up into space, it has to be in, you know, it's like a rocket ship, okay? So, but this thing has to have these big panels, and so they had to fold it all up, and it's this adorable, it sort of looks like a beehive, like it has the hexagon shapes and everything. Okay. And then once it got up there, then it opened all up. And so now, so you'll see, if you ever see this kind of grid like that, it's sort of like the imagery or the logo, so to speak, of that telescope.
Yeah, it is so cool. And it's been all over every feed. I think this one is getting people excited that didn't seem like kind of into astronomy and space as much as I thought. Like, it's getting so much attention, which I'm so happy for.
Yeah, me too.
And I cannot wait. Yeah, I cannot wait to start seeing these images and everything that it produces. It's going to be exciting.
Yes.
Super exciting.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. I'm
You're
really
welcome.
glad you talked about this one. I was hoping you would.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I've actually been waiting. I'm like, should I talk about it now? It's getting launched. Should I talk about it now? But now that we're going to get the images soon, I think now's the time.
Now is the time. Well, thank you again.
Yeah, you're welcome.
If you want to check out our show notes, be sure to go to 10bestes.com/thewire, all lowercase, all one word, 10bestes.com/thewire. Thank you for joining us, friend. I'm Brian Hart.
I'm Karen McFarland Holman.
And let us know in the comments, where would you rank The Wire?
And let us know, have you heard of the Webb Space Telescope?
If you're enjoying the show, please give us a like and share it with a friend.
Stay tuned tomorrow for another great show.
And don't forget to stay curious.